In today's video, I will be talking about how I got second-degree burn on my leg from ramen noodles. All right, so yeah. What's up, you guys? It's your girl, A-Dub, and welcome back. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and turn on that notification button so you know exactly when I post new videos. All right, let's get into the story. So back in 1995, no, I'm just kidding. So back in 2014, this is when it occurred. I was making noodles, ramen noodles, and I warmed mine up for I think 6 minutes. I know, long time. In the microwave for 6 minutes. This is back when Temple Run was popping. So I was playing Temple Run, waiting for my noodles to get done. My noodles finished. Cool. I grab my noodles and it's in that Tupperware with the lid, the two handles. I dump out the hot water and then I put cold water in it. And I add my seasoning and I mix it up. So I'm grabbing the noodles. I go sit down at the table. I sit my noodles down on the table and then I grab my phone at the same time. So the noodles, I think I hit it with my hand. So the whole bowl flips over and falls right on my right leg. And I was so in shock. So I was just like, so I let it sit there for a minute because I was just so in shock. I get up and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like my mom was like, what happened? And I'm like, I dropped these noodles on my leg. And she was watching me and I just remember saying, Mom. At the time, it was this much pink flesh showing and the rest of my skin was just like shriveled up. Like, you know, when you pour water on a flat surface, that's how it looked with this little circle of pink flesh showing. So I'm like, oh my gosh, freaking out. But I'm trying to keep it together because my mom is pacing back and forth, going in the garage, trying to look for burn cream or something. And she's like, we gotta go to the emergency room. So we're in the car driving to the emergency room. She's asking, she's like, are you okay? And I think I just started crying because it just hurt so bad. And I was just like, what the heck? So he gets to the emergency room. The doctor I told him what happens. He gives me medicine to like numb the pain, and he comes in there and looks at it. Again, I thought it was this much that I burned, but he gives me this medicine and he forgot what he puts on it to clean it, and then he pulls back all of that dead skin. So the burn is not this big. It is now the palm of my hand. So I'm just like, what the heck? This burn on my leg. And I was just like, when he was pulling it back, just like, oh my gosh. It didn't hurt when he was doing that, but I was just so like, I just ruined my leg. They give me everything I need, my medicine I need. They give me the dressing, the gauzes, forgot what kind of water it was. I had the saline solution to keep cleaning it and everything so it can heal. So the healing process was a hot mess because it healed like a scab, but it was a burn. So it was just kind of like second-degree burn at that. So, and they were talking about doing skin grafting, all this stuff. I'm just like, what? Over noodles. One time I was in the shower and the gauze was sticking to my burn, and I just remember sitting there crying like, God, why did this happen? God, like, and I was just crying because I messed up my leg. And I remember going back to rehab and they looked at it and they were like, oh, it's healing so good. You're doing so good with it. It'll take a couple of years to get it back to normal. I was just like, years? I wanted that in a couple months, like years. I remember when I went to that rehab office, this one particular day, there was a patient who had burns all over their body. And I just remember thinking that I'm just being such a baby. I'm crying over this burn the size of my hand on my leg, and there's people who have burns all over their body. It's just worse than me, and I'm just crying and upset about it. It's just like, this is nothing compared to what other people are going through. But I am grateful that this happened because I was the type of person to think that I had to have everything so perfect. I cared about my image, how I looked. I always had to be perfect. That was me. And this burn just reminds me of life doesn't have to be perfect. That you can be flawed and you're perfect the way you are. Everybody has those imperfections that make us human, and that's okay. So if you're like me and always try to have it all together, let me just tell you, you don't have to be. Life is going to be great. Life is going to keep happening. It's going to be okay. Breathe. Read something that's going to feed your spirit, that positivity, and just let it go. Okay? Let it go. Laugh more. Enjoy life. So my burn is still kind of blotchy and everything, but it took me about, I would say this year, I finally came to love it and understand that what it represents to me. It's just with any imperfection, any flaw that you have, it's okay. Embrace it. I'm still, working through those insecurities and things like that, but oh, I'm so hungry, y'all. I understand that life is not perfect, but it's going to be okay. I promise you. That is the end of my story time. But please like, comment, and share. Comment below if you had anything happen to you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.